Jermaine Dupri did an interview recently. He said that you have more number ones than Drake.
Jermaine's crazy.
Well, I looked it up. You have 14 number one singles and 2 number one albums. Is that accurate?
That sounds about right. I think to clarify, I think what Jermaine was saying was, I know Drake. He's a part of a lot of number one records that he's featured on. A lot of records. He's definitely smash records that he's featured on. I don't know if he was referring to maybe as just me being on the song by myself, just as far as like a solo. I know I do have a couple of those, and which is pretty tough to get number ones. Dolo. When you have a fan base and that person might be hot or this person might be lukewarm, but then this person's a little hotter and can help it, or it's just the anticipation of a dope collaboration amongst two artists. But for me, I really try not to really look at my numbers like that. I'm really not, I'm all about moving forward. I'm really not really into looking backwards. I don't mind people doing it on their own. I don't mind you looking it up on your own and looking up this. But for me, I feel like the work is there. I don't really have to talk about what I've done or try to make people think otherwise of my legacy. Like, I know what's there. I know what I've done. There's things that I've done that I know a lot of these cats will never accomplish. And there's things that these guys are doing now that are winning for them that if I tried it, it might not necessarily win for me. That's what makes hip hop beautiful. That's what makes it so dope. But I never really been like a big numbers guy. I've always been a hard working dude. I'm all about the work. Let's go to work. That's me. Fuck all the bullshit. We can celebrate and do all that other shit later. But I'm all about the work. Because my first album, when it rolled out, we only sold like 18,000 copies the first week. But that shit grew to become a triple platinum selling album because we put the work in. So sometimes it's all about the work. It's a lot of artists that, a lot of rappers that might not necessarily be better than others, but because of the work ethic and because you see them all over the place and you see them being posted and the quality of the music might not be what you like, but because it seems as if he's just outworking everybody, motherfuckers will consider him the best rapper in the game because he all over the place. But his bars his music might not be as good as the motherfucker who we think should deserve to be in that spot, but sometimes that's just what it is. So I'm more of a hard worker type of person.
At what point you were on Cash Money?
Yeah.
And you didn't really drop an official project while you were signed. But at this point, you're off.
Yeah.
Okay. Was there a reason for it?
The reason for me parting ways with Cash Money was really just, it was just, it wasn't nothing bad. I never, just for the record, I've never had an issue with Stunner. I never had no type of business issues with Stunner. Not one complaint about anything. Me, I'm very outspoken. Really try not to bite my tongue much. I'll say what I have to say. But I actually had a good time. I had a chance to learn from Stunner and actually just watch and just see, to be a part of, at that time, the number one rap label in the business, and to be next to be able to sound next to a Jermaine Dupri and a Snoop Dogg, and I'm cool with a Puff, and I had a chance to work with a Birdman at that time. Like, I learned a lot from Stunner, man. I learned how to really hustle and really go get it and don't take no for an answer and go make it happen. My whole play was, it had nothing to do with none of the other artists' reasons for leaving. For me, it was just me getting back close with Jermaine again and having Jermaine kind of back in my corner and him reeling me back in as far as me getting back on board and doing what I need to do. Also having Snoop in my corner, Dog always talking to me like, yo, it's time to get serious, time to get focused. It's time for you to get back to making that Bow Wow type of sound, that Bow Wow music, But I never look back on the Cash Money situation like it was a bad thing because I took something good out of that situation. The artist I was at that time helped mold me to become the artist I am right now, to be able to even make the shit I'm making. Because when I got the Cash Money, it was me and all me. It was no help. It was just me, my cameraman, and my engineer. I was going through all the beats. I set up a beat Gmail and everything, and was just going through. I was so locked into the studio that you couldn't tell me anything. And that was the ethic that was the bar. You know, it was my room, then you had Stunner's room in the middle, and Wayne all the way at the end. And being able to walk out of my session and walk in Wayne shit and sit down real quick, he'll come over to mine. It was just it all of that helped me. Even though I didn't put out a record or I didn't put out a body of work or a project, I put out maybe like 4 mixtapes, but I just knew what time it was. And at that point, I just said, okay, cool. It's time for me to just, you know, make this necessary change and get back to Atlanta. And, you know, it's been good. And I thank Stunner for those times. You know, like I have nothing bad to say about Birdman, you know, at all. He, you know, when me and Brown went on tour, he helped fund my tour bus. You know what I'm saying? You hold that. You go out there and go do your thing. He did that. That's real shit, you know? And I ain't got nothing bad to say about Stunner. You know, the world might have their opinions on him, but for me, and I stand with that, you know. A motherfucker never do nothing bad to me. I'm gonna never have nothing bad to say about you.